Oh, that didn't take long, did it? All right. Crap, here we are. All right, everybody, we should be live. I'm going to give myself a minute to be sound checked by the audience, and then we'll go to work as usual. Couple announcements. Yeah, last stream somebody asked me about horror movie reviews. Yeah, if you want a horror movie review, like a one-off, it's a $35 PayPal donation because I actually have to take up a lot of time to write the movie review. But I think that's a very low price. Or if you really want to get it at a discount, three month pledge on Patreon. And then oh, what's up, Ultimate Warrior? Sounds good. All right. And then if you're one of the original 6 who did submit your T-shirt sizes to me, I still have your T-shirts. Let me know how we can work out shipping and stuff like that, and then we'll move forward from there. Again, if you are one of the original 9 and you did order a shirt and you live in the UK or abroad, not inside of the lower 48, I will work out something about getting your shirt to you. I just didn't see this consequence of shipping one T-shirt at $41.75 to Europe, which is BS. But hey, you wanted your lockdowns, and you get what you get there. What's up, Tipsy? And then tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. That's going to be live first for the patrons. I see there's already 2 of you in the chat, so I'm just putting that out there now. And then if things go well today, I should be able to release to at least film March's Holy Diver show, and then that should be available to everyone the second week of March. But if I get it done early, it will go up on Patreon, and you can have your early access. Because I got to take care of those people because, I need to double the amount of equipment that I have around here. And that's really about it. Shilling and promotional consideration aside. Uh, the fun never stops. All right. Let's take a drink and let's find a brush. This one will do. I already have some magic blue out. So I'm just going, and I've kind of wetted it up a little. I just want to kind of finish using what I've got on some of these Flash Git guys here. So let's see, where was he? Here he is. I'm gonna make this guy's cable. He's got a little bit of lucky blue. We're gonna make these cables here blue as well, because that's a good color. That's just a good color to have on there. We'll use up the blue while it's out, and if I have to, I'll keep using the blue because I want to get through these guys. They've been like fleas on my backside for far too long. So, and you know what? I actually like where this blue is going on that red. So I'm going to make a spontaneous decision here. I'm going to make the brim of this guy's hat blue, because blue is a lucky orc color. So, we're just going to trace it down. And yeah, we're going to make this blue. He's going to have a brown and blue hat. Why not? It's a little different than what I normally would have done. Another guy's already got a yellow hat. Guy's already got a red hat. We're going to make this guy's hat brown. I haven't decided if he's going to be the captain. It's always so, these Flash Git models are so cool. I can never decide which one's going to be the captain. So, and you always just have so much fun with these things. I really like these models. I do hate buying them used, but my friend gave me a screaming deal on them. I think he might have given them to me. I don't remember. So I'm not going to bash these at all. I think he might have given me these Flash Gits. This set of 10. He might have just outright gave them to me and that's the guy I'm going to be playing fantasy with tomorrow. So I'm not bashing these, but I wouldn't mind buying up 10 more and having 30 of them. Seeing as how Armor of Contempt, Fuck Armor of Contempt, by the way, is no longer a thing, and now they're actually kind of useful again with their snaz cannons. But I think I'm going to go free Buddha in my composition. So we just got a little bit of a brim on his hat there. We're going to clean that up. One straight line and we'll get the brown on it. And the secret to painting Flash Gitz is you got to kind of finish a region one area at a time. So let's see, is there any other place I can put some blue? You know what? That cord right there, that can be blue. That would be a nice blue cord. Boom. Okay. This is all I do is hang out now. But I got some big plans. If I can double the amount of equipment I have some plans to do some bigger battle reports and get that stuff live, get a GoPro and everything, and you know, kind of take this to the next level, but not really. You know, I was watching another Rogue Element Wargaming battle report, and I'm like, I wish I had that guy's analytics. Yeah, I'm a little bit jelly. You jelly much? You know, 200 likes for one 6th edition battle report. 200 likes. Jeez Louise. I'm lucky if I get 28 likes on one of my live streams. I'm doing something wrong. Oh wait, I have a hateable face and attitude. It's my attitude. I'm mean. Oh, and the topic of the next Holy Diver show, I actually sat down for March. I actually did some good work. So my days are kind of structured where I wake up on Saturday, I come down here, and for 1 hour I practice with GIMP. And the problem I have with GIMP is that I never remember how to do anything, but I'm writing down how I do things in GIMP because I want to make better thumbnails. I need to learn how to make, it's time I learned how to make thumbnails. I kept saying to myself, I'll learn it a little later. I'll learn it a little later. And I never do. It's like if Mr. T was at the mall and I can go and meet him. Not that malls exist anymore. I could just keep telling myself I'll go and meet Mr. T a little later. And then I'll ask the security guard, is he coming back? The security guard will be like, he doesn't know. Anyway, what is up, historical doppelganger, and what is up, Mr. Dynamite? You're drinking tea? Do you have any jammy dodgers and dunking biscuits in your tea, lol? Jammy dodgers, Lipton tea, and toast. That's what sustains our nation. I made a funny with that one. I'm too cheerful. Anyway, let me finish this guy's hat. I've used up all my bloom for the most part. I just need a dollop of brown. Just a touch to clean up a line. Good news is blue and brown, they don't look bad together. They don't look bad together. And then we're going to make that gold, so let's do that real quick. Let's just finish his hat. That way we can move on to the next section. I don't know how much of these guys I'm going to do. Now, what you do have here with these 5, though, is a culmination of an hour and a half a night. Now, Flash Gitz are by no easy, let's just say they're hard. They're freaking hard. They got a lot of detail. They got a lot of bullshit on them. You know, I guess if I wanted to make all the guns just metal and gold, I could do that, you know, and get through it a little bit faster. But, you know, you just got to embellish them. You know, they're some of the funnest models ever made. So let's see here. A little bit of gold. My cheap ass is finally opening. I forgot I had 2 pots of Retributor. Now my cheap ass is, I'm finally opening a new pot. A new pot of Retributor. Oh my god, oh, that's going to work great. Let's just finish this guy's hat. Let's just, you know what, we'll go through and we'll finish everybody's hats. We'll just start there. All right. We will just start there. You know what, let's wait for that to drip out. But we'll, yeah, we'll make this gold. And I am watching the stream, so if you guys want to talk to me about anything, how was your week, you know, what's going on over in the UK now, you know, or if there's some wargaming topic that I need to know about so that I can write it into a show, let me know. I do want to harvest a little bit of ideas, some ideas from my audience. We'll do some guns on there too. You know that. But I do enjoy the office hours. I worked my ass off this week. I think they got 47 hours out of me this week, and I still had time for office. I still had Some of the office time did go into painting these guys, but getting to sit down Saturday and what do you call it? Actually write 3 pages into March's show going to be really helpful because I have a feeling that when this stream is done, I'll be able to what do you call it? Finish the first topic in the next show. So let's see here. We can finally, looks like we can finally open this up just a little bit better. Here we go. I'm going to, as a matter of fact, we're going to take all that right there, put it there. And we'll work off of that for a second. All right, so this guy's hat's finished. Let's just finish his gold. I know I say one thing and then I'm going to do an entirely other thing here. Oh, thank you for that knob. Very nice of you. Checker patterns are, they're a little, you make little circles. I'll have to do a tutorial on that. Thank you for the knob, Ultimate Warrior. It'll come in very handy when I do my first unit of 10. Not saying that I won't, you know, the problem I find with 40K now is that, you know, me and my friend, we had the talk. He says every list you bring is garbage. Dead Skulls, it's trash. That's how that conversation ended last week. It's trash. Your list is trash. And to a certain extent, he's right. You know, I mean, one beef with 40K, you know, and you'll never hear any mainline channel talk about it. You'll never hear anyone ever talk about this, is that, let's say I go in, I'm going to get one of my lists here in a second, but I really want to kind of work through this guy's decoration here, so I'm going to finish putting all the gold on this, is that, let's say you make a bunch of purchases and you put together an army. Unfortunately, that army can't win any games. You know, against like a seasoned player, and that's kind of where we're at. Doesn't matter what you buy, it's nothing you have is good, you know. And I'll need my list to kind of explain that just a little bit. It's okay, it's all good, we have fun, but damn, you know, I mean, the problem I have with Tau is that, you know, I found out the other day that the Storm Surge is only 17 power. And its output and everything that you get on that Storm Surge is better than the Gorkanaut. By like, it's triple. It's triple. Triple better than the Gorkanaut. You know, you get the 2+ save. You get the 4+ invulnerable. You can pop a stratagem to make you fire at full bracket. You know, and it's rough. It's real out there. God, these guys got a lot of gold. Oh my God, I hate these guys so much. I imagine this is what hell is like, painting Flash Gitz. You're forever on touch-up, too. I got out the flat brushes earlier this week, and I just went to work. Hold on here, and I'll look up at you guys in a second and holler at you boys. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Here we go. Let's get it done. Almost there, as the term goes. Almost there. Almost done, I think. I think that'll be about all the gold in a second here. Gonna make that light on his gun gold as well. For ease. Make it easy. These guys have way too many details to be easy. All right, all right, all right. Think we're about there. All right, now let's see here. Back to the subject matter at hand here. Oh yeah. So I have my Death Skulls list, and this is the list he got me for being trash here. Let's see. Let's catch up. You're trying to keep up with me on 40K? What is there to keep up with? I haven't done anything special. So let's see here. So the list kind of contained one Big Mech with the Grot Oiler, that was 90 points. One War Boss with Killiclaw and Art as Nails. And then I had 3 units of boys, each one with a claw. And then, this is the trap right now. This is the complete and total trap of the Orc army, are the boys. The boys just aren't any good. And I agree with Mountain Miniatures. I only like, I mean, it's one video that I watched. There's nothing, what do you call it, amazing about Toughness 5 Orcs. Completely agree with them there. 2 units of Mega Knobs, just straight up 90 points each. They have shooters and claws. The Gorkanaut, because I like the Gorkanaut, and then 6 Killicans, 3 with rockets, 3 with big shooters. 6 Death Copters, 3 Megatrack Scrap Jets, and 1 Wasp Bomb Blast-A-Jet. And with the Teleport Blasters, the Super Shooters, and the KFF. And now the only thing that's really even remotely good in this list is the Wasp Bomb and the Death Copters, because again, I made the Death Copters Boom Boys, and they have the clan culture. They don't have the clan culture trait, but having that extra armor AP, and that actually helps. And so the Killicans are okay. They're kind of like in the middle of the road, but like the faction, like, it's like, okay, I don't have any commandos. And if you were to buy that up off on the shelf, you're never gonna win any games. It's hilarious. That's because the Marines are just so plug and play and uniformly good that they can just blow everything you have to smithereens before you can even get across the table. Now the Tau had more firepower and then some. Like I only scored objectives in my first at the beginning of my turn 2. Then all my boys were dusted, completely dusted. They were all dusted. I think I got to engage in combat with like 3 of them out of 30, and they were all just completely dusted. The Gorkanaut got blown up by the Storm Surge when I stepped out to engage the suits. Couldn't kill the suits. Friend made all those 4+ ward saves again. I'm sensing a pattern there. What's up, Sachet? You're officially retired to the sands of Gorka Morka. Well, I don't blame you there. I heard that was a fun game. I've never played it. Fifth edition I really liked. The only thing I would FAQ and retcon in 5th edition would be, what do you call it? The Fearless Wounds. Orcs don't like Fearless Wounds. That was harsh. Fearless wounds were rough in 5th edition. Yeah, and 8th and 9th is an arms race, and it's really fueled by like have you seen the new Marine Flash Gitz? It's like a Marine with like 6 Gatling guns. I mean, that's going to be the ugliest model I've ever seen. And P is for pirate, and what the bleep ever. You'll pay for it. You'll buy it. You'll still buy it. Playing 5th edition is a lot like playing bolt action, so yeah, that's a good system there. Let's just put a little bit more on there. Bam. Anywhere else I see gold that needs to be out, we'll make this little hook here gold. We'll make that gold. Boom. That can be gold instead of bone. That's going to be metal. I'm not seeing any other spots. I do see some leather. I'm in the kind of detail phase. I probably won't get past this figure at all. Let's close this up for a second and get some leather out. Yeah, they're rocket launchers on top of rocket launchers. Yeah, they are completely and totally just they're a disgusting model. Let's see here. Andrew, what's up? I will do more announcements so that people know. I'm gonna do. I should do a monthly announcement that I am live streaming every single Saturday, standard Mountain Time. Every month I will do an announcement video. I think that'll probably help out the channel. Just not a big announcement video. It'll probably be like 30 seconds to 3 minutes long. No more than that. But I can get quite long-winded about that. But glad to have you aboard. Yeah, so let's see here. You have some. Oh, you're assembling Macedonian companions and British cavalry. All right. What kind of companions are they? Vitrix? All right, leather. Long-winded here. Here we go. Boom. Little leather there. Little leather there. A little more. Oh, Vitrix is a good one. I actually have 12 of those. They were a fun project. I like the flex on their spears, but dang, they seem really brittle. So I'm always hesitant to take them out. But they do have a good little flex on those spears. So I don't think you have to worry about them breaking. Plus, if they do break, you can just paint a new arm. That is one advantage with plastic models. All right. Almost there with the leather at least. I made that black deliberately. All right, let's do this guy's skin up real fast, and then we'll add him to the more finished off pile. Yeah, the Warlord companions are good if you're looking to be cheap, but the problem I have with them is their horses. The Warlord has got to rethink the way they do the horses for the Roman Republican cavalry and the Macedonian companions. They have to rethink the way they do their horses. Their horses have these spindly, brittle legs. Most of the time, you get the horses and you open up the box, the tails are broken, the legs are bent. They're terrible kits. Warlord needs to step up their game in that regard. It's called hire a fucking sculptor, you cheap British bastards. Get one from Reaper. Get a sculptor from Reaper out there. Tell him what you want. Pay him the money. It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing if you actually did this thing called search for talent. And I mean, oh my God, it just makes me frustrated. You have all these good sculptors out there and nobody wants to pay you to do art. That's a huge problem. And I know the competition is fierce out there, but I do know that Reaper has some really good sculptors, and if Warlord worked with Reaper a little bit, they could sweep the frickin' market. But no, we're British. We know more about making miniatures than those Yankee doodles over there in Texas. What do they ever know? What is Reaper? I'm going to say they're probably like the fourth largest miniature company, maybe the second. I mean, they sell a lot of figures comparatively to all the when you compare it to 40K, I'm sure Reaper is kind of like just below Games Workshop in terms of people making compulsory purchases. Let's see. Oh, it's going fast. I do like the Warlord Pikeman. That is a good kit. If one of the lances breaks, you can just replace the arms. That's really good. I do like how tall and proud the Vitrix Phalangite guys are. I have 2 units of those. Yeah, they really need to. Warlord does need a revamp. Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly out there in Warlord land, and I'm saying it not to hurt, but to educate. You know, I mean, you can get a couple of those guys from Reaper. You know, do some promotional consideration on YouTube, generate a little bit of a buzz about that, and you know, sell some miniatures. Sell some miniatures rather than sit there and like, oh, bohum and bollocks, I hope my rule set sells, you know. Putting up the first layer of their skin here. Come on. Bam. I don't think I can see that bicep, so we're just going to keep going like that. Oh, I can't see the bicep, so we'll put just a dot of green right there. Let's keep working. But yeah, it's hasn't been good in my 40K games lately. I should bust out the chaos, but I don't have any time to read them. I don't have any time to read the army and get to know the army a little bit better. All I have to go off of is how badly I get my ass kicked by my friend's chaos army. You know, my friend goes under the well-adjusted adult category where he would actually be a decent tournament gamer if he whipped himself into shape in that regard. But that does require a lot of work. And, you know, I love it when people like sit there in the hobby store and they pretend that they're these great players of 40K when in actuality they're just reading the internet and they suck donkey balls at everything they do. I found out that some of the ranked guys out there, some of the ranked competitive 40K players play 20 games a month. They work an army out over 20, they play 20 games a month. Let that hit you. That is a lot of time. But that's what will make you the best. You'll be a lot better. I mean, imagine how good you'd be if you played 20 games of 40K a month. You would actually have time to memorize every rule. And understand how everything is supposed to be worded. Oh, what's up, Fox? Good to have you aboard. I'm glad some of you guys are still turning out and you're getting a little bit of use out of these hangouts that I'm doing. Oh, I'm almost done with this guy's skin. It's kind of an added bonus. We're going to switch brushes real quick. Go along this guy's face. Going underneath there. Okay, I think that is passable. Passable. We will take passable. Let's do this guy. He has a fancy hat. We're gonna do him because he has a hat, and because the green's already out, we'll just do his green. Gracias. The UK accent, it's a collection of different, it's a collect that that comes from Stephen Fry in Blackadder. When he played General Melchett, probably one of his best performances. I do like Stephen Fry as the Duke of Wellington, where he sits there and he's like, "How dare you sit in the company of your betters?" And he abuses the servant. It's that ruddy servant of yours again, Blackadder. We're not supposed to treat the peasantry that way anymore, Duke Wellington. And he just slapped. I hardly touched the man. Dare you sit in the company of your betters? Oh yeah, so that's where that comes from. Comes from Stephen Fry, and then there's Richmond from the IT crowd, and it's really his voice that I'm copying. It's just, oh no, it's true. You don't see many Cockney gods. They're too cheerful. And then you just have to research like who's playing for Chelsea and you're in, right? Raheem Sterling in the gang. I have no idea what a Raheem Sterling is. I just looked at the lineup and I'm like, that guy's name is hilarious. I'll choose that name. He's a midfield attacker, apparently. I don't even know what that is. Let's see here. That ought to work. We can switch back to a bigger brush here. All right, let's catch up in chat. Oh, you guys are free to come in and out as much as you want. It's always good to have you all here, though. I'll tell you that much. Oh, good God, she's not Welsh, is she? Yeah, where they dress Captain. What's is it? That's not Darling. It's the other guy. What? Hugh Laurie or House. I can't. I don't remember his name. They dressed him up like a girl, and Melchett fell in love with her. Oh, good God, she's not Welsh, is she? Oh, she might dance right into a landmine. Does paint a pretty good grim aspect of what the war was and how they ended that series. It just they go off for the big push. They all died, which is true for the most part. And then it cuts to an open field in France somewhere. They all died with their boots on. I'm actually going to get a step done today, huh? And we are only 30 minutes in. Some work's getting done. But one of the positive feedbacks I'm getting from these videos is that it's motivating everybody else who's watching me to get their projects done. And you know, that's very heartwarming. I'm glad I could help you guys mitigate your piles of shame. You know, so the topic of the March show is on people with neurodiversity. I'm doing a respond video to Discourse Miniatures. And he says, these people have disabilities. What a load of bollocks. But I will say that the ink on top of the foundation really helps bring out the color. Really helps bring out the color on the War Boss green. I don't even think I need to highlight it. One thing I did do, I did indulge a little bit this week. I ended up watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. What a freaking good movie that was. Yeah, I think I did that Monday night. I just ended up watching that, and I came down here and I started painting and I finished it. And you know how refreshing Kate Capshaw is in that movie? Like, okay, not only is she like a damsel in distress, and they make a joke of it, but she's an attractive woman who's just a woman. Imagine that. She has no special powers. She's not trained in the martial arts. All she is a thought inside of the Indiana Jones universe. And the best part is when he kind of like rejects her. I'm not that easy, woman. And he walks out. She's like, you'll be back here in 5 minutes to hit this pussy. And then he breaks into her room after that assassin almost kills him. And he's got like that crazed look on his face. She's like, oh my God, be gentle with me. Be gentle with me. Why can't women just be women? I mean, that's what everybody hated her character, but now I'm touting her character as like one of the best damsel in distress characters I've ever seen. She's just a woman. She's nothing special. And he lays down the law. She like walks away. I'm going to Delhi without you. And he throws that whip right around her waist and brings her in for that final kiss. Really good movie. And then I also forgot what it's like to actually watch a movie that's scored by John Williams. Haven't seen that one in a while. Then I started watching Raiders a little bit on Thursday night. I haven't finished it. I might finish it today. I usually blow off a little steam by doing nothing when I'm done with these streams. But yeah, Kate Capshaw's character is the antithesis of just be a woman. The king-queen system works. It's amazing. I like it. I'm not against it. There we go. His skin's done. Well, hooray. Oh, but we got to do his fancy hat. Okay, does he have any border on his hat? No. So what we'll do here, he does have a couple of gold earrings. Let's get his gold earrings done real quick. I'm going to use this chance to kind of finish up their faces aside from the teeth. Tooth and bone phase are usually the last thing to go. Let's catch up in chat here, though. I need a drink. Give me a second. Excuse me. Oh, are you kidding me? Let me be prepared. Give me 1 minute. Sorry about this. Camera battery, just in case. Hopefully this thing's got another 30 minutes in it, huh? Excuse me. Let's catch up in chat. Blood Bowl, I heard, is good, yeah. So we got 2 Blood Bowl players in there, and then I've never played Blood Bowl. I've seen it played in the video game that they have for it. I do remember watching a game of Blood Bowl way back in the day, and the mummy tripping everyone, then killing them. That was a big problem. That actually started a fist fight. I have seen Blood Bowl fist fights back in the day when I started. And it's just 2 guys, proto neckbeards going at it with one another. Oh yeah, Temple of Doom does represent that. When they actually, well, you had to have good ideas. You had to be the best and brightest with your ideas, or you couldn't get into Hollywood. Now the problem we have with Hollywood is that we're going to make everyone gay, we're going to make everyone black, or we're going to Wakanda where the choices of women are strong jaws with bald heads, or strong jaws with no tits and Ronald McDonald hair. Those are your women. Yeah, it's great. It's good times. The message sucks. And the worst part is that you have a generation of people in Hollywood who have inherited their jobs from their frickin' parents. Why can't they just go be rich kids on the beaches of Florida doing blow and making porn or something like that? That's what rich kids are supposed to do. They're supposed to have that stint where they're like Andrew Tate, it's exploiting woman after woman and making exploitive films or something like that. Yeah. And so, yeah, they have to push the message, whatever that message is. You have to support the current thing. Yeah, but Temple of Doom is just fun. Does anybody remember fun? Tell me in the chat. Does anybody remember fun? That is Temple of Doom. You know, if I could go on vacation, that would actually, if I could open up any business, that would be, if I can only choose one decade that you could go back and you're allowed one day to do whatever you want, but you're not allowed to really engage with anyone you know. I mean, there would be no way to do this properly or ethically. You go back in time to enjoy the 80s. Back when this country was still economically productive, somewhat religious, and still a country. Before the dark times. Before the butt-clapping captains of the Bussy Patrol were calling us all racists. Misogynists. Yeah, Temple of Doom was fun. Just complete and total fun. Not gonna lie, nothing wrong with fun. Let's see, do you have anything else on your hat? I guess we just need to highlight your hat and do a little bit of green in there real quick. Okay. Okay. And even then, you still miss a spot. You miss a spot. That's okay, though. I've never watched Miami Vice, Andrew, so you'd have to fill me in there. What's up, Ray 13? All right, Rhinosaur Cavalry. I've seen those models. Mantic has really stepped up their game a lot. No, they can't tell you what a misogynist is. A made-up word. It literally is it's a made-up word. Like when I talk about Henry Cavill in the next Holy Diver show, I will give you a little preview that people who are like woke. They're really good at pairing off nouns with random verbs and adjectives. So you're a shit rooster or something like that to control language. Oh, you're a white racist. You see how that cuts there, And I'm like, but what really is a shit rooster? What is a white racist? What is that? What is any of that, really? Last time I checked, Malcolm X said rich white liberals are not your friends. All right? They're a fox. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'd rather go have dinner with the Klan because at least I know he's a wolf. At least I can see the wolf coming, but you'll never see the fox pull the wool over your eyes. No, people are really monumentally stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. What's up, Thunderstruck? What model am I talking about? Oh, I'm not talking about anything in particular. We're just going all over in terms of subject matter here. I am, however, that's going to be red. We're going to make this gold. He's kind of rich. I was going to make that yellow, but fuck it. Let's just save a little bit of time. I'm doing a jewelry check is what I'm doing. And I think his face is done. I think that works. So let's get out the red and touch up. And then we can finish the skin on this old homeboy here. I'm still watching that battery. Just our evil son Scarlet. These guys do command a lot of time. But they're so worth it once you get them done. You know, people are like, wow, man, you've got Flash Gitz. How did you do that? Well, I sat down and I worked very, very hard to finish them from the very moment. And I understood that I am not painting to win a shitty Here's what I don't get about the contest painters over there at Adepticon and LVO. You don't really win that much money. You can win more money in an amateur bout than you do one of those contests. The only thing you get is name recognition and ingratiation with the tabletop minions class of people. You get ingratiated into the tabletop minions class, and they'll talk about your YouTube channel, and all of a sudden you'll go from like 2,000 subscribers to 19,000 subscribers. And then like how many? And then you'll still only have like 110 likes on each video. When you're sitting there with 20,000 subs. I've actually had Holy Diver shows get more likes than that, so, you know, I mean, I can do botting and stuff like that. Now, I will say what is real is that guy's Rogue Elements channel, which I'm pretty jealous of. 200 likes for 1/6th edition battle report a couple weeks ago. Jeez Louise. How cool would that be? Let's get this guy's funny little hat and collar done. All right, boom. Next. This guy doesn't have. Oh, one thing I want to do real quick on you. Just right under there. There we go. And then let's get the gold on that light, the obligatory light, real quick. All right. The analog wristwatches. I don't really. I do remember my dad had aviators. My dad was an 80s guy, I guess. He had aviators. Yeah, they've got to look good from about 3.5 feet away. That's what you're going for. Most of you are not painting for tournaments, you know. So, but what I do say is that you should always try to borrow and improve your skill in anything that you do, you know. Just because you're mediocre doesn't mean you have to stay mediocre. You can get better at anything. You know, speaking of, you know, in kickboxing, there's a real no bullshit amateur fighter there, and I've been training for 1 year, and today's we're almost at the anniversary of that 1 year where I've been in kickboxing. I've gone through injuries, I've gone through every kind of hell, and then all of a sudden on this, I couldn't land a punch on his face to save my life. He was just too good, too tall. Now I'm kind of setting the pace for my own fight. He likes to harass me with his left arm. So what I do is I just keep my left arm up, kind of like I'm holding a shield. And I turn just a little bit like this, all right? So that I'm looking at him like this. And I can see just the diaphragm part of where his chest and diaphragm are, and that's all I need to see. I don't need to look him in the eyes because I'll see his legs and I'll see his arms. He can't punch me because of where I'm at without me seeing it. And so now, yesterday, finally, I got into him, and I landed 3 consecutive punches to his face. 1 jab, 2 crosses, and he grabbed me by the glove. He grabbed me by, he took both hands, grabbed me by the glove. He's like, "That's amazing. More of that. I need more of that." You know, you've come so far, you know, and it was kind of like a big moment. Or if I got him with a really good kick, he would congratulate me on that kick. He's like, "That was a really good kick," you know. And that just shows that I've kind of moved up and I've bettered myself, and that you should try to seek to better yourself in anything that you do. And I had a milestone day at sparring yesterday. My knees kind of jacked a little bit. I got like a nice bruise on there. I accidentally hit my friend Bo square in the nose and made him bleed. I did not like that at all. And then we went to dinner. There you go. But you know, he's actually the one that got me in the knee pretty good. You know, so yes, you will get hurt. You will have to take some unpleasantness and some pain to get to where you're going. But when, you know, when you're boxing or kickboxing and you're sparring with these other guys, it's for your benefit. You're there trying to better themselves, and they're there trying to better you, and you're helping each other better themselves. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with this series of videos here in the live stream. I'm trying to help people better their hobby, better themselves, you know, and have that discourse and conversation with you guys. You know, because we're all kind of in this together. And boxing is literally the only place where it is a male space left, you know? I mean, it's real out there. Good characters in HQ. Yeah, do a good job on your characters in HQs. What's up, well hung and dung? Which boyfriend are you talking about? I got so many friends. My mom is like, you always have something going on. You're always doing something, you know? You know, so it's like yesterday I went out, me and my friend met at sparring. We boxed for 1 whole hour and we did 5-minute rounds in kickboxing. We all took our lumps that day. And as a matter of fact, Ryan and the guy who owns the gym are fighting on the 10th of February. So I have to find out when that is. And that might affect the schedule. And this is not for Kill Team. No, this is all for my army. I don't play any small games. I will play boarding action. I think boarding action will be really fun. I will play boarding action because that's the game they should have gone with, because Kill Team is garbage. Kill Team is completely garbage. You know, and the only thing they're selling in Kill Team is terrain sets. That's what they're selling. That's the only thing they're selling. Everything else is garbage. You know, oh, you know, your average person is so fucking lazy, and I mean that in the worst possible way, that they can't even paint a single box of soldiers. Necromunda, case in point. Everybody plays Necromunda, but nobody can paint one measly box of soldiers. Are you kidding me? You know, I mean, there you go. That is your typical hobby. You know, because they're all too busy to put down the Pornhub. You know. Or the Reddit threads that they post on. There we go. Got a nice arm. Switch brushes for a second. Go back to the face brush here. Get inside. You play these games not because they're trendy, but because you want to have a little bit of fun. You want to explore your creativity. You want to kind of better yourself. Yeah, but you know, the people who just kind of play just to play. You know, I have nothing against you, but you know, there comes a point when, like, how much money are you going to continue to spend on garbage when you could have your stuff commission painted? You know. Let's get this guy's eyes, and he's got his ears over here. All right, that will be passable. I'm gonna have to get this guy's eyes real quick. He's got some kind of like goggles on, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of metal here. And I'm just focusing on the faces and hats if they have them. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to finish this guy's hat, and then I'm going to do that guy's yellow hat. Over here. Okay, so I won't be sparring Friday, which means I have to go Wednesday. Thank you. Because I wanna see that fight. That's big. When half of my when the two top guys in my gym are fighting, I think I had better be there. The only problem with Steel Fist is that the tickets are $40 a pop. Good hell. Talk about expensive. There we go. There we go. All right. Face is done. Right arm now. Why paint a box when you, because, you know, I mean, that's complete. I mean, yeah, I agree with discourse in one regard: consumerism. It is a bad thing. You know, you're just buying shit to buy shit. But when you can actually take some of the crap that you have and make it worth something, and you're too stupid to do that, you know, at least if it's worth something, you can resell it, or you at least have something. You know, I mean, if I were to lose everything tomorrow, I would just basically go right down the middle. I would do one more Warhammer Fantasy army. Doesn't matter how much it costs. And then I would do, what do you call it? Another 40K army, another 40K Orc army, and I'd literally probably just buy the models in this list right here, call it good, and then just, I wouldn't do anything historical again because I don't have that kind of time. I might commission a giant bolt action project and call it good. I don't know. You know, but like buying useless shit to have useless shit to add it to your pile of shit that you'll never use, that's just typical American BS. That's a typical Western problem. You know, and wasting your time is literally a product of the luxury first world that we live in. You know, if you live in Africa, you have to probably catch a rabbit in order to have enough protein to make it through the next 2 days, you know, or you just sit there and wait for the next U.S. food truck because white Karen's like, oh, these poor Africans, these Africans, they ain't got no food, these poor Africans, we gotta help them. And then they go from like starving families of 4 to starving families of 7. And you actually only make the country worse because nobody does shit from there on out. Oh, they're going to feed us and pay us not to farm? Oh, okay. We can't get our agrarian economy off the ground because the U.S. is crushing it with food aid? All right. There we go. All right. I think we got the skin done, gentlemen. Let's go back over here and take a look at this guy's hat. He's got a rather sizable hat, and it's a big pirate hat. I don't know if I'm going to make him the captain, but one thing I want to do right now is I am going to get that eye painted. right, so that's about all I'm going to do on the eye, because I am going to wash the whole miniature, and then I'll have to come back to him and add another layer of white and what do you call it? Actually put on like a little target or something. I'll have to freehand something on there. But now that that's done, we're just going to do this guy's hat. I don't know what color those studs are going to be. I might just leave those studs alone. But I bet you if I put a little blue on that brim and then paint the rest of the hat yellow, that'll probably work out really good. A little bit of blue. And here is where I'm going to have to be extra careful. Maybe. Like, okay, so painting up units for your bigger project sachet is, what do you call it? Yeah, that's what boarding action comes in. But like Kill Team is just completely useless. It's not even I mean, it doesn't even go with the 40K rules. It has its own rules. Whereas boarding action is 40K and it's playing at 500 points, no vehicles, no monsters. And then what did he buy four of? Is it Necromunda, Mr. Dynamite? Now I don't know what Van Snar is for Necromunda, but or is that Mordheim? And then they're gonna redo the Ratskins. Is that Necromunda or Mordheim? Just let me know. Oh, of course. Let's hurry up and get through this guy's hat. One thing I have buyer's remorse on for my orcs is that Death Dreads aren't as good as Carnifexes. I don't know what, and that's another thing I noticed is that you have some things that I think they made the Carnifexes a little bit too amazing. That's another thorn in my backside. That much I can tell you. Boom. There we go. That'll look good. All right, let's do a layer of yellow on that. Nothing special. We're just going to use Uriel layer on that. Vansnar is Necromunda. Okay. Okay, Ratskins are also Necromunda. Yeah, you have to be careful what you say in the chat, well hung and dung. They won't even let you use the word Mexican. In live chat, you can't even use the word Mexican, just so you know. So you have to reword it, use code or whatever, and I'll pick up what you're saying. I tried just drowning people in boys. It doesn't work. The boys are just way too easily dusted off. Like this unit, this army I had that I talked about, Surecasts. This had 3 mobs of boys in it, and they were gone by the beginning of my turn 2. I only had like 3 of them left against the Tau. They got dusted. Everything I had was cut down by a third. You know, it's just you know that I just kind of want to say it's the system around 40K and how you plug in and play everything. And there's a lot of fail safes to eliminate failure, so you always get what you want. And that makes a lot of factions stronger than everybody. You know, I mean, the traditional and boys are a trap right now. That's what I've determined about like boys in 40K is that they're a trap. Excuse me, give me 1 second, gentlemen. Piece of shit. Always with the batteries. That's what I'm gonna do with my Patreon dollars. I'm gonna buy some more batteries. I'm gonna get a AC adapter that actually works. Let me put this back. Oh, that one's not done charging yet. Hilarious. All right. All right. So we're gonna go with Uriel Layer. On this guy's funny little captain's hat. When you're painting yellow, you just kind of want to move it to one side. And this is my wet edge. I want to keep going along that wet edge so it blends well. Man, these Flash Gitz are sure annoying. And then I found out the new Demon Prince model came out finally. That came in under the radar, and I got to go and buy one of those. But I probably won't get one for a little while. I have to find a justification to play my chaos. And even then, if I were to take it to a store and ask for advice, you know, no, you didn't buy all the right stuff. You need this. Autism demands this right now. There we go. It's got a nice yellow hat. We're going to need a little bit of ink, but that's about it. Where is my ink? Oh, there it is, the yellow ink. Just a dollop of ink. Nothing special, like one drop for the top part of that hat for it to really kind of stick out. And give it a little blend. There. Hat's done. Hat's off to you. People are whining about being culturally insensitive. I know it's whining is a luxury of the first world. A lot of people don't get that. They don't get that at all. That whining is a luxury of the first world, and most people have so little to do. They have so little to do that they have to invent things to whine about, and that's where we're at in society today. They have to invent things to whine about. Getting sachets, getting the T-shirts to the UK are ridiculously expensive. The shirts themselves, like me getting them at cost, is expensive, and then putting the markup on that so the guy who makes them gets paid. I get a like. I literally made these as a nicety. I can tell you now that I literally, like, after everything is said and done, I get like $3 a shirt. There you go. It's just it's a nicety, and I'm trying to, I want to kind of draw people in, but it is ridiculously expensive. It'll cost $41 American to have a T-shirt sent, and just to Europe, and that's bullshit. But hey, you guys in Europe wanted your lockdowns and everything, and COVID was this big, huge threat that was going to kill us all. When in actuality, I mean, I got COVID. I was sick for 2 days. Um, it only really affected fat people. Like, how, if COVID was really that bad, why are there so many Africans in Africa still alive? I mean, I thought it would have wiped out the third world. It would have wiped out the third world, or anywhere where they don't have access to clean drinking water. It would have just wiped them out. I mean, if you already don't have access to clean drinking water, you are compromised. You are like one of the most compromised people out there. I mean, have you seen the homeless population lately? Why weren't we scraping them up off the streets with construction equipment? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. When we had the lockdown, and as a result, that has tripled shipping rates. It used to be you could send anything to Europe for $20 if it was under a pound. Now it's no, it's not worth it. If you're looking to support the channel, you can always have me do a movie review for 35, or just do a 3-month pledge and to save yourself some money, and I'll do a movie review that you want for horror movies. But I mean, other than that, yeah, it's expensive, and it's BS. There are some people who are in Europe who have already had a shirt ordered, and I have to endeavor to get that shirt to them. I will keep to that. So I haven't forgotten anyone who's gotten a shirt. I just let I'll announce it again that the original 9 then there were 6 of them who ordered shirts. Their shirts are here, and I'm still waiting to hear back via Instagram. You can DM me there, or you can DM me on Patreon, and I will endeavor to get your shirt for you. And I've already offered for the lower 48 to give you $7 on your shipping as a thank you. Because I understand how things work now, and it's moving forward. It was a bug in the system, and again, I want to apologize to everybody watching on that. Yeah. Oh, dude, I was in the store a while back getting my chapter approved, and it smelled like body odor in there. So it's still a thing. What's up, dude? How you doing? His singing Wargamer. Sorry about that. I got a glare on my screen, so I have to actually, like I'm an old person, look at the screen because of my paint light. But let's get into a little bit more business here, and we'll hang out for a little while longer yet. If I remember correctly, I was painting hats. So let's get this guy's bandana just done up. And make sure it's highlighted and just kind of ready to go. He's got a little bit of green skin on it, so we'll... Hats and collars if they got them. Give me some fucking moisture. God damn. There we go. That is just great. I wonder if I can grab that hair. Oh, gotcha. Nice little line there, but we still got it. Moving along. So I don't know where I want to start next with these guys. They're, like I said, just a myriad. I think what I'll do is I'll make this guy's gun redder. And we'll go through and we'll highlight all the guns. Just a little bit here. Big guns, like that AC/DC song. Hopefully I have these guys wrapped up by next Friday. That would be a real treat, because they are a bit of an Flash Gitz are a bit of an overwhelming project. You know what I should finish is everybody's t-shirt. Because, you know, orcs don't wear any armor, you know, which is hilarious, unless they're mega knobs, which I can't wait to use in boarding action. I think I'm going to have an easier time winning games in boarding action because there's no Carnifexes. No evil Carnifexes to get my boys. And that's another thing that kind of, if you're still in the chat, sure, Cast, that, like, Carnifexes, way too fucking strong. You can't kill them. You have to wound them on 5/6s, and the -1 to the armor save just isn't enough, and even then they've got a 5+ invulnerable. But, you know, you used to be able to drive up a bunch of boys into something and just overwhelm it through sheer number of attacks, and they've kind of taken that traditional play structure away from the orcs, where I just overwhelm you with attacks and kill you. You know, I overwhelm your Marines and make them take so many 3+ saves that they just die through attrition. Hold on, I'll catch up in chat in a second, gentlemen. Let's just finish his gun and his t-shirt. We should go to guns and t-shirts next. Can't really see any of that. All right. Good deal. I'm going to say that almost goes to passable. All right. Put you in that pile there. What's up, Tipsy? Okay. I don't think it would push it up by much. I was gonna talk about that. You know, I think there's out of the original 6, there might only be like, again, I'm waiting for guys to get back to me. You were one of the people who got the big message, the big announcement before the content dump on Patreon, Tipsy. So basically, yeah. I mean, if the other guy's willing to do that, that's fine. I don't think it would push it up by much to get the shirt and everything like that. To get 2 shirts rather than 1. I'm just amazed at, you know, how at that triple the rate thing still. But That is an option, but don't worry. We will. I will honor the thing. You know. I will do the thing. I sound like Biden. I will do the thing. You know the thing. Come on. Come on, man. I don't know how good commanders are going to be. I'm going to be taking at least so out of 110, I'm going to be 210 points of my army is going to be Mega Knobs. It might be 300 points of my 330 points of my army is going to be Mega Knobs, and then one measly unit of boys or something like that. I just I think the Mega Knobs are the way to go on boarding action. All right, gun and T-shirt time. Here we go. Okay, so his gun's basically almost there. A few places. That's a rather sizable hair. I don't think I can get it. That's great. We'll just paint over it. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I'm so over these guys. But it'll be good to have this out of my pile of shame. You know, mitigate the damage inside that pile. Then for the next week, I probably got to paint on. For the next week, I probably got to paint on this thing. You know, god damn, what were they thinking when they created that that monstrosity of over detailedness? Let's get his shirt done in here. Just like that, and then we'll do his shoulder strap. Good. Good. All right, one little leather strap on this guy. Good enough. All right, he can go into this pile. But if you have any questions, again on the t-shirts, just DM me, and we'll get it sorted out if you're one of the 6 holders. Um, just re-emphasizing there. Yeah, the hairs are ongoing. I don't know where they came from on 2 of these models, and it sucks. They're going to be there. I'll have to live with it. Well, the problem I have is I have to tuck in my chair all the way. I tuck it in all the way when I'm done, and then my big cat will come and lay in the space underneath the desk in the chair. He'll lay there. Because if I don't, this is like his favorite spot when I'm not around. When like my mom will come over to feed him, let's say I'm not home or something, she's like, "Where's General? I can't find General anywhere." I'm like, "He's probably on my painting chair," and sure enough, he's here. So yeah, he is a little bit of a delinquent with that hair there. Let's see. This gun is looking good for the most part. Exception of a few places. Guess I should paint in a clean, neat, scientific environment like the Miniac. That's my problem. I don't have a clean, neat, scientific. I got a shit table that everyone's looking at, that everybody's seen my crap all over. Yeah, I noticed that. You prime any model in the basement, they're always covered in fuzz. I didn't even take a week for me to get that stuff in fuzz. It's real. It's real out there. All right, we're wrapping it up. Clean lines. Clean lines. Hell yeah. I have to really go in there. That's kind of a mess in there. Sorry about this. It's just tedious work on this one. But I did say we'd be getting some work done today, and we got a little bit done. Hopefully, during the TFM show, I can finish these tonight. At least get them to where all I have to do is paint the base brown. Ah, my nose itches. Alright, I don't think I'm going to get much better than that on the red. Let's move on. Alright. What are we doing on time? Alright, we'll leave it open for 15 more minutes and then we'll go off. Has anyone been working actively besides, oh, I can't see him anymore. Let me scroll up. Besides Andrew, is anyone else working on any projects? Tipsy, you other guys in the UK, you working on anything? Well, this guy's got a black shirt, and his shirt's already done. I think his gun is good enough. It just needs a little bit of red. One movie I really saw, I saw that's probably going to go up to review is one. My recommendation is The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Now, I don't know if they did it as a joke, but I'm just going to say that that there is a bit of a furry element to that. A nod to furries, and it's a werewolf movie, but I don't want to give any spoilers because it is a relatively new film. It's an independent film, and it's called The Wolf of Snow Hollow. It's a good take on the werewolf movie. You know, I should review a new movie every now and then. I've got the another thing that I'm doing is I've transcribed everything now. So my Holy Diver show, I've transcribed it so that I can rehearse it when I'm working. And then I've also done that to my movie review, and that was exceptionally hard for some reason. I have to learn how to write more complete sentences, is what I've noticed. Ever since I got out of college, it just went down in terms of like writing and everything or carrying, you know. But being able to listen to it will actually help my memory, and it'll probably. I want my movie reviews to be a little bit more organic, like Joe Bob, who isn't really reviewing; he's hosting. There's a difference. I am going to host some movies on the channel, and because I found out there are some in public domain that I will just get away with it, and so I will host some movies. I think I want to host a John Wayne movie called McClintock. That movie lapsed into the public domain, and you won't get in trouble if you watch it live on YouTube. Same with the Ghost on Haunted Hill. That's about as good as that's going to get. Next guy, I think I actually did your shirt. Now, the thing about these guys is when you're doing their shirts and their guns already on, you're gonna miss a lot, but you cannot anything you can't see, your opponent can't see. So if you're looking in that crevice, you're not really gonna see a lot, so you don't have to worry about the details too much. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna break out the gold here again. And then we're going to see how bad we messed up. So some of these guys already have their gold on their guns. And it's done. So that's him. This guy's got rockets, but we'll make that gold real quick. That boom signal. That boom glyph. Because we's lazy. And there's nothing wrong with being lazy. Get it done. Put it out of your mind forever. Of course, there's one. There we go. All right, let's go to chat here. Finished up a box of Oathmark Goblins used in Middle-earth, continuing my Imperial Romans after a long break. Well, hell yeah. Night Lord army for Heresy. That sounds fun. I want to play some Heresy, but God, there's just so much stuff to do out there. What is Repinse de Leones? What is that? Is that a Knights project that you're working on, Sachet? Salamanders are a good army. They were one of my. Sorry, no, I got them mixed up with Salamanders Kings of War. Okay, yeah, they're okay. Ogres are fun in the old world. I have an ogre army. Never got to play it much. My opponents, uh, the history of how I got that army is that army had two prior owners within my current group at that time, and when I finally got it, I decided to paint the colors red for the skin, yellow for the skin. So some ogres are yellow, some ogres are red, and the reason why I did that is that so nobody would ever want it back after I was done. And it's like, no, I painted that army. You're going to pay me if you want it back, and that's how I got my ogre army for Warhammer Fantasy, and still in my closet to this day. I'm looking to. I need to get a hunter model, an old hunter model, and I'm trying to. I'm just going to keep hunting options on that because every time I look for a hunter, somebody wants like $60 for the one pewter hunter out there. I guess I could buy that plastic hunter, but I think he's modeled onto his base, and that's why I've shied away from it. He's 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 modeled onto his base. The McClintock is about a guy named George Washington McClintock, and he kind of like owns the town. And Maureen O'Hara is his wife, and it's kind of like Taming of the Shrew, except for it's a western. 2 day fast. Let me know how that goes. Oh, I get it. Oh, the Bretonian characters. I get you. Yeah, I remember those characters. I don't know why they gave her such a weird bob again. Like the we don't want to come off as sexist if we make the girls look good in any GW game, bohum and bollocks. We can't be classified as sexist. That would be bad. I don't know what the guys in the UK have against like just making attractive female models. You want anything attractive, you have to go to that one website like the sexiest girls in the universe or Reaper. Reaper, you get some attractive chicks. You know? Of course, the UK is the one country where you ask, what are men good for? And they're like, oh, not much, I guess. And I'm like, God damn. There might not be any hope for you guys out there when you have normal guys saying, what are men good for? And you're like, oh, not much, I'd imagine. They act like women are running the power grid and mining the coal necessary for life. Do you like it when your car gets fixed? Well, the bohum and bollocks, you're just being a misogynist. Oh, fuck you, you ass taxi. There's another one. All right, just get it in there and touch up now. There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So the Underworld's Hunter is on a pre-made. You can separate them from the base. I'll have to go that avenue then, um, because it looked like he was modeled onto his base, and that wasn't going to be too useful if I wanted to put him on a 40 millimeter square and use them. I hate it when they make these, like the new Wolf Riders. There's no way you get them on a cavalry base. I think that you can tell me now, Surecast, that they're even modeled on. If they're not, I might do that. But I saw an auction for 60. That's the worst is when you got problems at work cutting into your hobby time. I feel for you, Shay. I'm just gonna make this red down here. I don't give a fuck what that chord is. It's all red. There we go. Boom. Hold up here. Do that. That works. Oh, of course. All right. Rock and roll. We'll just leave that red because I'm lazy. That targeter can just be red as well. Okay. Done. He needs the gold on his. Hey, I hope you get it. It sounds like you deserve it. I hope you get that promotion. So the underworld goblins are good. Yeah, I hope you get that promotion that triples your salary. Now I'm going to have a big talk with my bosses in March because I've been transporting equipment everywhere from hell to high heaven for the last week, and that's why I actually had my first week where I worked like real man's hours for once and everything. So what is that? Yeah, 47 hours this week. Not to mention, I actually got office hours done. I did some of the things that I was supposed to do. The hardest thing that you can do, when you take on anything, is just maintain discipline. Maintaining discipline has got to be one of those things that it's unpleasant. But if you do it, you up here, and you remember to maintain the things that you're supposed to do. Like I'm going to clean for a little bit after I'm done with this and everything. Even though you don't want to do it, but you do it, you get healthier up here. The more you do things you don't want to do, but you get them out of the way, like paying bills early and everything like that, or coming down here and just forcing yourself on the project to get it done, or going to the gym every single day, or remembering to eat right, all of that makes you feel better up here. It makes you it makes you happy. A man needs to have purpose in life, and maintaining discipline and doing things that you don't want to do, and bettering yourself constantly, and not listening to any of the haters. That is worth $1 million right there. Because if your mind and body are one, you're already up here compared to all the peasants down below. So what if I'm not at LVO? I can go next year if I really wanted to. There's no point. So you don't need to chase after the Joneses or anything. So let's hurry up and finish this guy's gun. I think this guy's already got his finished gun. Hold up here. Oh. I know exactly what to do in the last few minutes of this stream, gentlemen. I can see that light there. We're just going to hurry up and make that gold. We're going to make his targeting device right here. We're going to make this little lens gold. This is just a different color. Nobody cares. You know, nobody cares. Let's make this one gold too real quick while we're at it. And then get some gold out. Counting the shells. Like me, I wouldn't have put the shells on. That's just me. My friend built these. I wouldn't have done that. You go insane doing little stuff like this, but it's worth it. I mean, it really does add to the character of the model. Not gonna lie or dispute that there. You know, coming down here, spending time making sure that I get the live stream ready and practice my GIMP for making thumbnails. I don't want to do it, you know, but what am I going to do? Just waste my time sitting on the couch? You know, I mean, I'll have forever and a day to watch useless movies and waste my time. You know, let's try to accomplish things with your time, and I think that's the message I'm going to try to send out today. Let's try to use your time as wisely as possible. I mean, there's still so many things I can do today, like finish writing the next Holy Diver show for March. You know, maybe, who knows? Maybe, and if you work yourself ahead, you always have peace of mind. And you can't buy peace of mind. You really can't buy peace of mind. It's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to know that I've already paid all my bills for the month of March, and the next paycheck I get is completely mine. It's taken me from all of November and December to get back to the point where where like one paycheck, where 1.5 paychecks are just going to be completely mine. Then I'm going to get a tax return, you know. Now, how I spend that tax return, I don't know if I'm going to buy stock and open up a position in waste management, because that's an ultra defensive, recession proof right there. And this is by no means investment advice. But that's one of the stock. That's kind of a stock that I would look at as a waste management position. It pays dividends, and it could, you know, let's say if I have 400 of them that I bought, and then 10 years later they're worth double their value by the time I retire or something like that. That's just a good investment in general. A lot like Philip Morris, which is already up like $4 from where I bought the first 10. You know. And all proceeds I get from Patreon, and not that I'm e-begging or anything. Well, yes and no. They are going into the channel. It's going to go into the channel and try to make what I do around here better. Let's see here. A little bit of leather. You know, that way I don't have the battery issue. There's a big battery. I'm going to buy 2 of those big Sony batteries when I get a chance. The big ones. Go to the store, get me some condoms. Make sure they're the big ones. Yeah. What was I going to do? Oh. All right. Going a little bit over today, but no problem, you know. And we are one step closer to having the last group of 5 Flash Gitz. The other ones are done. As a matter of fact, maybe I might be able to fish one of those out before we go. Any other questions? We'll leave it open for about 3 or 4 more minutes. All right, anything you want to say, get it out now. I will show you a couple of the finished ones, because I know there's one I got to fix. So here's the other five, two of the other five that are done and everything and great. Looks like I had the foresight to drill holes in this, but that's okay if I didn't, you know. So this is just what they're going to look like when they're done and everything. And as you can see, I got a freehand that, and even then you still miss a spot, dumbass. And then my friend, when he got hot after this broke, he got high and glued it up there. When I asked him to fix it, and I can't separate it. That's the funny part. I have to wait for this to break so I can separate it. So he's got this broken flag. I'm like, can you fix that for me? So he just made that bigger. I'm like, great. But I still love him, you know. It might be related to YouTube, but links to your fellow content creators in the description don't work. Oh, okay. Thank you. I will remember that. If they don't work, let me know. If something on the site doesn't work, let me know. I'm glad you were around, Sergeant K. Good for you to chime in. Yeah. If you guys find any abnormalities going through any of the socials that I have, let me know about it so that I can address it, or at least, you know, it'll get on the to-do list. Yeah, if none of those links are working, let me know. I'm all ears. You can either say something in a message, but if you need to get to me immediately about any issue that you have, I'm always available to anyone on what is that called? Instagram. Always available to anyone on Instagram. And I'm never, most of the time, I'm never too busy to talk to anybody on Instagram if you just want to DM me through there. Anyway, as you guys know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with you. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, and subscribe. But until I see you again, don't forget to keep painting, keep playing, stay strong, and stay metal, my friends. And we'll see you in the next one.